Astute, technocratic, goal-oriented, and cultured. These are some words that have been used to describe the president of the University of Miami, Julio Frenk. Before beginning his tenure at the University of Miami in 2015, Frenk served as the dean of Harvard School of Public Health. And prior to that, Frenk had an illustrious career in public health at the global scale. Some highlights include him becoming the Minister of Health in Mexico, the founding Director General of the National Institute of Public Health of Mexico, and being nominated twice for the head of the World Health Organization. There's a reason why Frenk has committed himself to this path of medicine, public health, and education.
The grandchild of an immigrant and refugees, giving back was something that my parents always inculcated in all of us. To me, the way of giving back was through medicine and public health and through education.
Frenk's extensive background in public health came in handy during the coronavirus pandemic and responding to the crisis at school. Additionally, his leadership style ensured students' education would not be compromised.
The word that I described, he's a very exact leader, and he listens very well, and he doesn't make decisions quickly, which is good. So, for example, during COVID, he really followed the science. He followed what he thought we could pull off in terms of being in person.
Aside from his impact during the COVID crisis, President Frenk is also striving to reach some other goals before the university's centennial. The University of Miami will be celebrating its centennial in 2025. Upon being inaugurated, President Frenk outlined 4 unique goals he hopes the university achieves by its centennial. These goals are making the university hemispheric, exemplary, relevant, and excellent.
They actually spell here, hemispheric, excellent, relevant, exemplary. Someone noted that I didn't do that on purpose. So here in Miami, we want to be those 4 things.
He started preparing for the university's centennial as soon as he took his role as president.
I started as president with devoting my first 100 days to a listening exercise. I met with about 5,000 people, and then we opened a website for comments and suggestions. And then I synthesized that in those 4 aspirations.
Dr. Whiteley believes Frenk is on track.
He's created what's called the roadmap to the new century. And part of that is having 100 chairs of departments that are fully funded by 2025. And I believe he's halfway there.
Part of Frenk's mission in regards to making UM the exemplary university is to expand the university in the diversity and inclusion sector. That goal also seems to be moving in the right direction.
He has made strides at making sure that we have infrastructure that supports diverse communities here at the university. And that includes the racial justice plan, the naming of the student services building to reflect Black students here walking this campus. Those are all things that he didn't necessarily have to do, but chose to do out of good faith.
When discussing his legacy at the U, Frenk says he hopes his extensive background in public health, appreciation for different cultures, and need to give back touches the university. When Dr. Whiteley and Coles were asked about Frenk's legacy, they echoed Frenk's sentiment.
I think the legacy will be all about beginning, the roadmap to the new century, the academic rankings, and I also think being able to navigate COVID in an in-person experience. A lot of other schools weren't able to do that.
I believe his legacy will be one where the institution both elevated in terms of being the research health institution that we want to be known for, but I also think that he will leave a positive legacy in terms of that culture of belonging that he oftentimes espouses, for students to know that they can come here, that they not only are valued and heard, but have the tools and resources to be able to succeed.
While these are some of Frenk's overarching goals for the U, ultimately, he believes leaders should follow one simple principle, and that is protecting the legacy of those who came before you and handing it enriched and better to those who follow. I am Bela Magil, reporting for UMTV.